Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So, in today's video, we are going to be trying out a bunch of new makeup from the drugstore. Big old bag full of a lot of goodies. I have receipts in there too, because I did pay for this stuff. I'm not sponsored. To prime my skin, and I have 3 primers here. These are from Wet n Wild. They are the Photo Focus. There's a rose, a cucumber, and a coconut. And I think the one I want to do is the cucumber because my skin is a little bit red right now. I think it's because I'm a little hot, so hopefully this will cool me down. It comes out green, as you guys can see. What I do is just take it in my hand, and I'm just going to rub it into my skin. First, initial reaction is it does smell like rowdy, like cucumber, but like an artificial cucumber. Like if you got like a cucumber lollipop, I feel like that's kind of like geared the smell of it. Like that's what it triggers in my head, like a cucumber lollipop. Typically I go like eyes and then face, but I think I want to work opposite of that. I want to do face and then eyes, just so that way I can like full on try this. So I got the Revlon, it even says new on the packaging, which I think is funny. I picked up the shade 270 in the Candid Foundation, and I picked up the shade 25 in the Candid Concealer. So the name of the foundation is actually Medium Beige, and the name of the concealer is Creme Brulee. I've only seen one person review this, and I tried not to watch videos on this, so that way my opinion could be like true to my opinion. What I want to do is I want to do maybe like one side brush, one side sponge, just to get like different, like just to see the difference, because I know that some of you guys do prefer brushes, some of you guys do prefer sponges, so we're just going to do that. It does state that it is a medium buildable coverage, so let's see with a brush what that looks like. So I'm going to take, I really like that this has a pump, like this is doing something to me and it's making me like it. But we have to actually try the product. So, I'm going to do one pump of the foundation, and we're going to see how far this stretches on half my face. So, I'm just going to kind of like press it in different areas and just see how far that goes. One thing that I do want to note is that when I found this foundation in Walgreens, there wasn't that many like colors. Like the color range wasn't that big. But also too, on top of that, I feel like the colors that they had, like there was quite a jump within colors. So like I'm 270 and the next shade from 270 was like 310, and I feel like that was, I feel like the next foundation up from the 270 was like too orange. So this one, in my opinion, this one seems too pink, but I'm still rolling with it because it looks hella light right now. But I'm pretty sure I can just like warm it up with some contour. So one pump got me pretty much just like this cheek area, like not even down my jawline or my neck, and I can still see like the darkness in my skin showing through. So I'm gonna say that this isn't very like medium. I want to say this is more like a lighter coverage, but I do like that this is leaning more towards like a natural makeup look. I feel like it just gets eaten up by the brush. I don't know if that's just me tripping or, but it looks really good on my skin. Like I can see my pores, but my skin looks like a better version of itself. So I'm going to try it on the sponge and see if that makes a difference. I did 2 pumps, so I'm going to start off with just 1 pump on the sponge. And we're just going to see what that does. I want to say too that this foundation has like a luminous glow. I don't know if that's just me or if that's like, if there's any kind of like pearlescent pearlescent finish in this foundation. Revlon is known for having like the, was it the Color Stay? Has like a glitter base in it, and that's what freaks a lot of people out, which is why they don't want to use it. But I mean, I don't mind it if it's going to make your skin look very like natural and glowy. Yeah, this shade is like hella light. That's the thing too, honestly, on top of that whole like foundation range, the concealers too, they jump from being very that. It's either you get a really yellow concealer or you get a really pink concealer. There's like no in between. There's no like neutral tones. I definitely want to say that the sponge thinned out the foundation a whole lot more, because right here on my nose area, I can see my actual skin, like it's not covering. So I'm going to go in with the brush and just do like half a pump and just fill in that. But other than that, it looks good. I feel like you can wear this foundation with either a sponge or a brush, like using that as your tool, because it comes out decent in my opinion. I'm going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. So I'm going to open up the concealer. The concealer is another one of those, like, it feels like a pump, like it's like a squeezy tube, but I know that this has an applicator in it. This is weird. So the applicator in this is like a doe foot applicator, but it's more of like a curved U-shape applicator. And this concealer looks hella yellow to me, but we're just going to roll with it. So I'm going to do 3 little dots on my skin, and I'm going to blend it out with the brush, because I'm liking the way that this foundation looks with a brush. Yeah, the concealer looks good with the brush too. There's coverage, but there's not a lot of coverage, so I would say if you want like a natural foundation, but like more so correction or like concealer under your eyes, I would say go in with a different concealer, because this isn't really going to give you, yeah, it's not giving me much. So I'm going to dip back into that in. I want to see if this concealer will build up to get more like fuller coverage, but as of right now it's just very natural. I don't know about that. It looks nice though. I mean, I guess it's probably because the concealer shade that I got is really light that it looks brightened under my eyes, but I don't know how that's gonna read like in pictures. Yeah, I feel like that looks ghostly. And the thing too about this is it's not really pairing with the foundation. I feel like the foundation's like separating from the concealer. I don't know if that's a me problem with the shade that I got, or if that's just like the actual product's fault. Go in with my sponge and just kind of press and see if it meshes together. But if not, we're rolling with it, because that's what this was for. This is a first impression, so my like thoughts on this product. Yeah, I feel like a ghost. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with the it's the same line, the Revlon Candid Photo Ready setting powder. This is another anti-pollution product, and this just comes in one shade. It's just translucent. So I'm going to take it, and I think I'm going to bake with it, just to see if that helps this concealer out. Oh, okay, that's cool. So this powder, I thought it had like a sticker, but it has one of those lids that you can kind of close with it, so the powder doesn't leak out while this is like in your makeup bag or getting all over like your desk or anything. So I'm just going to tilt it over so a little bit of the powder comes out, and then I'm just going to lift up the lid. So I'm going to take that sponge, and I'm just going to take some of that powder and press it on top of the concealer. It's kind of like a poreless powder because it's hiding my pores right now, but I can still see like the darkness under my eyes, so I'm going to say that the concealer is a pass, because it's not giving you coverage. It's not concealing anything, it's just kind of like nothing. I don't know how I feel about this powder either. This powder's decent, but it's not like the powder that I would go for if I'm in the drugstore looking for a powder to bake with. If anything, I would say go for like more, why was I gonna say Morphe? Go for like Maybelline. Maybelline has the, I don't know what they're called. The Fit Me Loose foundation powders. Those are bomb as fuck. Those actually give you coverage, and on top of that, they make your makeup look a whole lot better and smoother, and it kind of just bakes perfectly underneath your eye and on your skin. Like even if you clean up your contour, it looks tight. So I'm going to go in with a powder brush, and I'm just going to use whatever's left from that little tilt of powder, and I'm just going to press that in everywhere else. The shade up from this was like, whoa, too dark. Like, too damn dark. Because 270 is too light, 310 is too dark, so I'm probably in like the 280, 285 area. I feel like that's going to be my best bet for that. So I would say if you're going to go for trying this foundation, try it out at Walgreens because they have the actual testers for it. That makes your life a whole lot easier. LA Girl Glow Palette. I saw that they had these. I know that they just sent these out in like a PR package. I'm not on their PR list. It's not that big of a deal. I can pay for my stuff, but if they would like to put me on it, I would be so gracious. But they have the Island Hottie Blush Palette, and I've been using this palette. I actually picked it up way before I came up with the idea for this. I actually ripped the box because I was that excited. But it's actually a really nice blush. Like, the packaging's really, like, it's a hard case versus being, like, this cardboard case. And I want to say that this one was, like, $7, $8, and this one was, like, $9, $10. So, $2 more, totally go for this one. They have a blush palette, 2 blush palettes, I think a contour palette, and a highlighter palette. But they're so, like, oh, this palette was so up my alley. Because I love, which is weird, I love like this like cool tone-esque blush, but these blushes with like shimmer, they kind of give you that like highlight and blush at the same time. But bro, it has a mirror. Like, for once, a palette that was under $10 that's all blushes actually has a mirror. I mean, no shade to this one because I hate these things. This one has one too, but like what do you see with this mirror? Honestly, what can you see besides like just your eyes? Like, you literally have to, like, even at that, it cuts you off. But anyways, okay, so I'm going to be going into this palette, and I'm going to be using, let's bronze first. I'm going to go with the bronzer, and I'm literally taking a brush that's just like an angled brush. If you want to know, it's the Morphe R4 brush, and I have a mirror in front of me. So I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to warm. This is scented. Not in a bad way, it's just, it's scented. It smells like floral, like flowers, like if I could compare the scent to anything, it's probably like those cheapy deepy little, you know those like room fresheners that you'd get at like Walmart or Target or H-E-B? If you don't know what H-E-B is, whatever your grocery store looks like. I get on my jawline too, just to kind of fix that whole discoloration since it's so light. Brush that I used the powder with, and I just like to run over my bronzer or like my contour colors, just because I feel like it softens it out a bit so it's not so harsh. Because with this blush right here, this blush right here, this blush is like hot, not like a hot pink, but like more like it's more of a hot pink. This is more of a hot pink blush, and I'm going to go in with the coral tone blush. It's a little more mauve-y, so I feel like it'll go well with my skin. So same thing, just putting the blush on top of the bronzer like you normally would. I take my brush that I used for the powder and just kind of buff it in a little bit more, just so that way it's not so pink and so rosy. I'm going to go into the highlight shade now. The only thing with these palettes is, especially if you are way like medium to deep skin toned, this is not going to work for everybody. I'm like happy that I'm making this work for me, but I think that even this might be like too damn light for me. So I'm just going to put this on the high points of my, yeah, this is nothing. This is literally nothing. And with the same, the Island Hottie blush palette that I was telling you guys about, this one is it's literally the Island Hottie. I guess that's the name of this palette in particular. But I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It's got a bit of like a gold reflect to it, so hopefully that acts like a highlight and helps me out in this situation. So I'm just going to jump right into eyeshadow. I'm not even going to worry about face anymore because it looks alright. I did pick up the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fairest. I typically use Porcelain for eyeshadow primer, but I've wanted to try this one for so long. And joke's on me because when I opened this thing up, it was already like busted. So the concealer wasn't coming out from the brush like it normally does. So I went in there, I pulled the brush out, pushed the thing through, and I had to cut the hair to get it to actually come out of here. Just pretty much do like a big glob on my eye, and I'll take a brush and just kind of disperse it and then build on that. What I'm going to be using today is the NYX Ultimate Phoenix palette. This is actually a new palette, and this palette is I fucking hate these. This palette is a red toned palette. It's got a lot of yellows, a lot of reds. I guess I'll start off with the yellow and see where that takes me. I don't know where I'm going with this eyeshadow look. I'm just trying out new products, so we'll just see what I come up with here. So literally just taking this yellow shade and I'm going from corner to corner, just back and forth, windshield wiper. Like butterscotch shade up here. I love eyeshadows that look like this. I love like a burnt orangey yellow, because I feel like especially if you have brown eyes or like hazel eyes, it pops out and makes your eyes look a whole lot softer, or like lighter. I'm gonna go in with this brick red shade right here. There's like no numbers or names on these, so that's the only downside of the palettes that I feel like, but I mean they still look really good and they work really bomb. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with that yellow shade because that red shade took up a lot of the base tone that we put down first. So I'm gonna go in with that yellow shade and just kind of buff it over the top of that. I'm really vibing with this like rosy tone in the corner. So I'm gonna take my finger with this and I'm going to rub that onto my eye. Typically when you use like metallics or shimmers with your finger, because your fingers produce oil, they apply a whole lot better and more pigmented. Okay, so I'm back. So I pretty much just took my brush, same brush I was using, the 16, and I dipped into this color right here, this like maroony brown shade, and all I did was I kind of just placed it right here. I did a little circle motion and blended it inwards, and then I took a little bit of the black as well and I dipped it back into that maroon shade and back into the black, back into the maroon shade, tapped off, and just kind of did the same thing, circle and blend inwards. So now I'm going to do my lower lash line in a bit, but I'm going to take my Essence mascara. This is the Lash Princess. It just says the Lash Book by Ardell. It comes with 4. Okay. Just falling out on me here. So it comes with the little duo, which I think is like the cutest thing in the world. But it comes with 4 different styles of lashes. I'm going to be using these ones down here. They're the 120s. And these are just little simple wispy lashes. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop it on. Just like this. The Candy Slick, the NYX Candy Slick in the shade Cream B. This one is my favorite. It's my jam right now. So I'm just going to head it on my lips. I'm only doing a little bit too. So these are like it's a fusion between a lipstick and a lip gloss. So it's going to give you a glowy lip. So you guys can see it. It's just very like hydrated, and that's kind of what I want, especially with pairing it with an eye like this. I don't want it to be too adventurous because I'm not ready for all of that. I'm really not. Taking a little fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to go in with the red. Actually, I'm going to go in with the butterscotch shade. So I'm going to go back in with the brick red shade right here, and I'm going to do the same thing, just run it under the eye, just to get a little bit of smokiness. Nothing too crazy. I'm just going to take a little bit of this one, the burgundy maroon shade that I used, and I'm just going to run that straight on top. Looking snatched. She's looking beautiful, gorgeous. Anyways, so I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Cucumber Spray. This is a Prep Set Refresh. So it's a setting spray, but you can, I mean, if you don't want to go in with this, you can go in with this. I have all 3, so I have the rose, the coconut, and the cucumber, but to stick with the cucumber base, I'm going to go in with cucumber on my face. So, it smells so good. I love it. Okay, I think that's enough. Wait, one more time. You guys, I go in with setting spray. I just love it. Like, it just feels so good on your skin, and especially too if you're having like very matte skin or like very it's just like one of those days where you're like, my makeup looks like crap and I feel hot. Like, it just feels so good when you like spray your face, and then it just kind of like seals the deal for me. Explain to me why I don't have my fan on me, so I'm just using this. Okay, we're just using this. Multi-purpose, guys, multi-purpose. So let's recap on the products. Oh my god, this eyeshadow looks so beautiful. If you are just that woman who is on the go and just wants to like lightly do a little spice, a little sultry for your man, like you're just trying to look good for the night, you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to get it. This is so beautiful. Like, it looks really beautiful, and I'm pretty sure this eyeshadow look would look good on any eye shape or like any eye color. I kept it really round. I didn't do anything like super spicy. I didn't drag it out, didn't make it a cat eye. No liner, no nothing. It's just shadow and lashes. So I feel like anybody can do this. But the eyeshadow palette is, you guys can see it. It's pigmented, it's blendable, and it works really, really nice. I feel like the colors, you know, they're showing through on their own. Like, it looks like you've got a transition of the colors. They don't look like they're all on top of each other and getting muddy. The shimmer is beautiful, and it's still showing through. I don't know if you guys can see that. And even if you wanted to, like, just to spice it up, might as well go in with this shade right here, this like bronzy light shade. Just kind of press it on top, just to kind of give it a little bit more dimension. Like, look at that. You see what that does? It just gives it like a wet look, and I think that's why I like this makeup, because it looks very wet and it looks very like fresh. So eyeshadow palette, it's a yes. It's a bomb ass palette, and if you guys have the money, totally invest in them. They're really, really good, especially if you're a makeup artist wanting to build up your kit. Bomb options. Foundation, concealer, and powder. Will walk one by one. Foundation, I love this foundation. I love the way it looks on my skin. I love the way it's settled into my skin. It doesn't look, it's not like, even my line right here, my smile lines, like, they're not sinking in, they're not caving in. It looks really pretty. However, I do need a different shade. This shade 270 is just not cutting it. So like I said, if there's like a 280, 285, I'm probably that shade. Concealer, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I, however, do understand that candid, you know, the definition of candid is like being straightforward and being very, like, you know, real and like very, so the idea of this is supposed to be very natural and very like everyday woman. Totally understand it, totally like that concept, just don't like this concealer. It's not giving me the coverage that I need, but like I said, to each their own. If you guys just want like a little bit, you don't have dark circles or anything, especially teenagers, this would be like the best concealer for you, just for like a little something underneath your eyes. But yeah, totally not a fan, but it's still decent. Totally a fan of the foundation, hands down. Definitely recommend it. Looks really nice, feels really nice, but I just need a different shade. Mascara, I kind of cheated because I had this. I love Essence, the brand in total. I love this mascara. It makes your lashes look really, really dark and really full. Like I said, the Lash Princess in the green container, not the pink one or the red, whatever this is. Green one is bomb. I know that if you get it, hands down, you're gonna love it. Ardell Lash Book. This is bomb too. I've had this for a while. I know that they still carry some in like CVS and Walgreens. I'm just not that bitch when it comes to these lashes, just because I feel like they look like my natural lashes. Like, they don't really give me much of like a oomph. You know what I mean? That's why I like my like bigger lashes. But not against it. Totally feel like it's for an everyday woman who just wants to have like different styles of lashes. Perfect, compact, has them all together. It comes with the lash glue and an applicator, so you're set. The translucent powder, I need to give it a couple more tries with different foundations, but I think it was beautiful. It filled in my pores. It reminds me of the Tarte, what is it, the Amazonian clay, like, translucent powder. That's what it reminds me of. It gives me very that. Very pretty on the skin, like I said. Just, I need to try it with different foundations to see what it actually looks like. As for primer and setting spray, I love these. I feel like They gave my skin a very dewy, like refreshed look, and I really appreciate that. I think that with the foundation, like they work together. So I definitely say if you're in the market for a foundation and you want to, like you need a concealer, totally pair these together because they look really, really nice with each other. As for concealer, primer for my eyeshadow, LA Girl, 110%. I love LA Girl. I will ride and die with LA Girl. Like, they're so good. Speaking of that, these palettes, the blush palette and the Island Hottie, both are bomb AF. Definitely recommend picking these up if you're in need of a palette and you want to get something from the drugstore. Super affordable, super pigmented. Look at my blush, look at my contour. It just looks really pretty. The only thing I would say is get a stronger highlight because this one's just not beaming. If you want like a natural glow, that's what this is going to give you. You can see it on my nose right here. But I like a little bit more of like an out there glow. The brow pencil, the Fill and Fluff. I love this, hands down, recommend this to anybody. It looks really nice on the brows. It's meant to give you like that bushy natural brow, and I feel like that's what it accomplishes. The Candy Slick Lip Gloss in Cream B, I love it. It looks really nice on my lips. It's not making my lips look chapped or anything. It's really pretty. That was this video, guys. I really hope that you like it. I want to continue to bring out more reviews like this, so if this is something that you guys like, give it a thumbs up so that way I know, so I can keep creating them. If there's anything that you guys want to see in particular, let me know, leave a comment, and I will get onto that. I have a couple more videos up my sleeve coming to you shortly, so just stay by me. If you guys are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe down below. I promise you, you're gonna love me, and you're gonna love my channel, and you're gonna love my little arties. Hashtag arties for life. But yeah, so I hope you guys liked this video. I hope that you guys give this video a thumbs up. I will see you guys in the future with a couple more videos, or with more videos coming your way. So until then, bye guys.